Hello everybody and welcome to the second video on the Legacy Lives channel. Boys, we have finally made it. We have broken through the first barrier of becoming a YouTuber, and that's making the first video. My name is Brady Williams, author of the upcoming book series The Legacy Lives, and today I'll be showcasing Brady Willans, the main protagonist of Book 1, Golden Eagles. And I'll start you off with the most important question of them all. Who is Brady? Who is the guy that you'll be following for most of the story? Well, Brady is the younger brother of Brooke Willans, and these two are sons of Julius, also known as Blue Knight by the Jycean government. And as the book synopsis has already told you, Julius was the one who defeated the members of the Green Hoods, which acted both as Jyce's royal guards and the Special Forces unit. They were the strongest and most tactical that the powerhouse of Jyce had to offer, and a little over 2 decades later, the brothers are still living in the dark shadow that their father left behind. Our protagonist begins the story as a security guard of a nightclub, while his brother Rook works in one of the weapon factories at Foab Industries. Think of it as my story's equivalent of Lockheed Martin, or any other American military complex. Now, even though Jyce has lost their royal guards for many years now, they began their healing process of rebuilding their power in secret and solitude from the nations of Promethea. A new set of royal guards are being formed, the Golden Eagles, led by Zelos with Grounder and Yolanda as their 2 other members. But to our hero's dismay, at some point, Brady is falsely convicted of killing a close friend of Yolanda and is imprisoned, and that is where the story truly begins. Thankfully for Brady, he was born with the same deviant ability as his father, and that is the Golden Power. But before that, what are deviant abilities? Well, contrary to the elemental continent of Promethea, Jyce is mainly home to a different set of powers, 3 of them. There's deviant abilities, spirit arts, and tactical arts. Deviant abilities are superpowers that 16% of Jyceans are born with. These abilities aren't based on anything elemental or man-made, and when the user of the deviant ability dies, another random infant at a random time, could even be years, is born with the same ability. Next are arts. Arts are powers that anyone, even Prometheans, can have, but they must be learned, and acquiring them takes a lot of time and effort. But the benefits can be great once unlocked. Tactical arts are arts that can be used in combat, but mainly serve a utility purpose. Some of them allow for healing other people, others allow users to create clones of themselves, and others can even allow users to take on the appearances of deceased people. Spirit arts are special though. In addition to the time and effort that it takes to acquire a tactical art, spirit arts also require a user to hold within themselves a strong belief, philosophy, or idea. For example, one of them allows the user to call upon the powers of Titans from the Greek mythos. Another one allows users to invoke the same abilities of any dead Amazon, and another allows the user to become the apex predator of dragons. Spirit arts, especially as the series goes on, gradually becomes the strongest of any of my abilities within my universe, but the character who uses them must hold those beliefs close to their hearts, otherwise they may lose that power forever. So what is the Golden Power? And if deviant abilities are incarnated into Jyceans at random, what are the odds that both Brady and his father have the same one? Well, it all began 2 millennia ago with a distant ancestor of the Willans bloodline. During an ancient war, in his dying breath, a legendary man invoked one final wish upon the world. A will, one that declared that each of his descendants would be born with the same deviant ability as himself, in case the threat that his people went to war against would ever return. And that very legacy lives on in Brady today. The Golden Power is a complex ability, that which isn't like any other power in fiction that grants the user super strength. Instead, the Golden Power greatly grants the user 3 attributes: strength, durability, and speed, and it evenly distributes those enhancements across the user's entire body. However, at the user's will, they can concentrate the buffs that the Golden Power provides to specific parts of their body, or even a singular one for enhanced effects. That way, instead of the buffs being evenly distributed, the user can multiply its effects upon specific limbs or even organs at the cost of remaining parts of their body becoming just as vulnerable as any other person's. For example, Brady can concentrate the Golden Power in his arm, allowing him to destroy boulders, or he can even concentrate it in his skin and muscle tissues to speed up the human body's natural healing process. The possibilities are endless. And that's what makes him such a great protagonist. He's not just your average character with superhuman physicality, he's a character that has to choose wisely which part of him becomes powerful, because any wrong move could potentially leave him vulnerable in the heat of battle. Now Brady, unlike his brother who prefers to use guns, instead opts for close range combat with his 2 katanas, and with the enhancements of the Golden Power, those 2 blades become even more lethal enough to take on the many foes within the first book of The Legacy Lives. But sometimes, the hardest part isn't fighting. It's the fact that the simple desire to survive becomes much more complex when you're on the run from the Jyston government and the replacements for the Green Hoods, the strongest unit that Jysta has ever seen. Being the children of a killer, the brothers already had it hard before, but now they can't even lead their base of operations without everyone in Jysta knowing exactly what they look like. Very few people believe in their innocence, and with bounties on their heads, it becomes even harder for Brady and Rook to trust anyone these days. The lives and jobs that they had before is no longer an option, and with food and supplies running low, it's only a matter of time before they're forced to leave their hiding spot. Unfortunately for them, time is not on their side. Zelos is slowly progressing with his plan to move up in power and take over Jysta, and if the brothers don't move quickly, soon they won't even have a world left to hide from. Now, I think this is a good time to finally cover the art piece that I've been working on this whole time. Like, looking back on it, the drawing before its completion wasn't even bad, and initially upon its release, I had no idea where I went wrong. I just knew a lot of things were off, but now that I'm coming back as a better artist, the mistakes that I made by the end of this piece are a lot more clear. I removed a few lines that I definitely shouldn't have gotten rid of, and I didn't make his face quite rugged enough. But don't worry, at some point I'll be redoing his drawing, and finally I'll be able to have an illustration of my protagonist that actually looks good for y'all. Speaking of, I want to show off a bit of what Brady looked like back when he still had his original name. I present to you all Bravery Guy, and wow, this guy looks totally different. Like, this is a completely different form from the Brady that y'all know now, like complete overall. And while I was going through all of my old drawings, which I thankfully kept, I found other illustrations of my main characters while they still had their superhero suits. And it kind of has me thinking, like, what if I do a retro-themed portrait of all of my main characters, but with their old design, but my current art style? Because in hindsight, these drawings would look mad fire if I redrew them with my art skills that I have now. But I will warn y'all, it will probably take a long time before I get to that piece for y'all. For now, I want to work on drawings that will actually promote my book before we get into the fun stuff. And on top of that, I'm already working on a big project right now with 4 characters that's going to take a long time. Because that's the same thing that happened with Fiendish Compromise, where, don't get me wrong, I love the drawing and I really like how it turned out, but it really did take a lot out of me. Because the drawing that I did after that, my drawing of Christia was a fucking breeze. Like, what did that take me? Like 6 hours, 3 hours, something like that? Because after all, it was just one character. And in case you are wondering, I probably won't be doing another special like Fiendish Compromise or the one that I'm currently working on until Valentine's Day, which I think y'all really like, because for that one, I'll be doing a drawing of Brady and Rose out together. And then my next special after that will be Cinco de Mayo, featuring a character from book 2. And following that will be Mother's Day. So I'm super excited to get this out for you, and I hope y'all are too. Now, I'll take this time to cover the comments from my last video. First up, we have Bojagun. Shout out to him. He says, "You earn a sub. I'd like to see other characters too. I like Amazon." Thank you, my brother Bojagun. I'll be super excited to get more drawings out for you. I post every other 2 days, so stay tuned and you'll have just the characters you want. Another comment says, "From Astro with the Star, here before you blows up." Shout out to my man Astro, great YouTuber. Make sure to subscribe to Astro. Anyways, prepare yourselves, because my next video will be of Angel Patterson. Yes, I finally gave him a last name. I made it yesterday. Fight me. But yeah, that was Brady Willans. Thank you all for watching, and make sure to like and subscribe. It really does help the channel grow. And also be sure to comment, because in each video, I'll be taking the time to reply to each one of the comments. Stay blessed, and book 1 of The Legacy Lives will be coming to you all soon.